linear equations. Okay.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
I was telling about linear equations.
Request all students to be on mute.
Technical support alla ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡೋದು. Okay, able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, now I was telling about anyhow, this is the problem, but before the problem, I wanted to take you to the mode of understanding the linear equation. So, in any linearity, see here in our equation, A is one of the variable, B yeah, I'll repeat. Hope it would have got muted. I'm repeating again. If at all in the given equation, if in the present equation, 3a plus 4b is equal to k and 9a plus 12b is equal to 6. Whatever the value is, able to listen? Okay. Now, therefore, here in the equation, a and b are the variables. That means one variable is proportional to the other variable. Is what the graph will denote. Okay. Finally, the graph will denote. So, there is a generic formula of denoting this variable relationship. Okay. Where we plot in the graph. What is that relationship is y is equal to mx plus c. You understood? Y is equal to mx plus c. Who is y? Y is the result. So which we normally plot in the y-axis. Now x is in the x-axis. Okay. Now here they have given 3a plus 4b is equal to k. You can take any variable in the y-axis, the other variable in the x-axis. Normally, this is in the form of ax plus c. I have one more equation also to represent this. This is called as ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Both equations are valid in terms of defining the linear equations. Okay. Now, the linear equation normally what happens, okay, if we are talking about a pair of linear equations, if we are talking about two equations, okay, then we have some conditions framed down. What are the conditions are, okay, see, for example, my equation is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 is the first equation, please. a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. This is analogous to what we discussed today. Y is equal to mx plus c. And also ax plus by plus c. All these are one and the same. Okay. Now, anyhow, this second equation is what is very much analogous to y plus c1. Now, what is the role of this m? So, m in any equation of linear equation will play a role, and they are denoted as the slant, or we call it as gradient. These are all the terminologies that you have to remember. Slant or gradient. Why do we need this? We need this in terms of representation of some physical quantities. In physics, so much of applications are there. So therefore, because after all, mathematics is this. My Rajendra sir, Pooja madam, mathematics is very much useful, okay, for all our applications, including biology or your kind information. Okay, don't think that biology doesn't need mathematics. You're wrong. Okay, now this gradient is what we were talking. Okay, see, when I solve this equation, I want m, for example. So what does that become now? If y is equal to mx plus c, I consider, okay, so I wanted m. Therefore, what do? Y minus c will be mx and m will be equal to y minus c by x, which implies y by x minus c by x. So, friends, the c constant may be 0, may be non-zero, but ultimately y by x is important. So therefore, m is actually y by x minus c by x, or if it is passing through the origin, if the line is passing through the origin, then c will not be there. Therefore, it will become m is y by x. What is y by x in our graph? This is the magnitude of y. Okay. So if I get a slope here, okay, this is y, this is x. So the ratio y by x is m. This is what you have to understand. This is what you have to
Yeah,
understand.
sir, Vivekananda sir, there is one question asked by a few students in the chat. In this field of linear equations, what could be the questions raised? Questions may come in the examinations. So
that is what I am trying to come back with the examples now.
Sir,
now I am
excellent,
coming
excellent.
to just
Excellent.
yes, because first I wanted to introduce in terms of the graph. Then I will try to depict what is that numericals that will occur.
Yeah, excellent, sir. Excellent. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. So, friends, this is what is all about the linear equation that actually get framed up in terms of the graph. Since I told the graph, okay, it may be like this, it may be like this, okay, so it may be like this, like that, okay. So first equation, second. So all these will have the formation of a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. That is the standard format you have to remember. Or you can call it as y is equal to mx plus c also. Either of them, both of them. Some books will mention it as ax plus by plus c. Some books will mention as but. But for any given time, m is very important. Okay? M is the gradient or slant. Okay. Now this problem which will prop up in the exam, okay, similar kind of problem will be asked, please. Okay, so what they have given the two linear equations. Now they are saying please find such that they have infinite solutions. These two lines have infinite solutions. Okay, now I will go to the condition now. Okay. Okay. Yes. So the first condition is supposing, say I'll write the three graphs here. Okay. So since we have the three graphs there, okay, there is one equation that is passing like this. Okay. So we will call this as a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. Okay. And one more equation is passing like this. We will call this as a2x plus d2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So therefore, these two equations are coinciding at one place. Okay. So when such a condition is there, when two equations are coinciding there, we have unique solution. That means what? One solution. We have a unique solution called only one solution. Okay. Now, the second one is all about supposing if these two equations are parallel. Okay. First equation is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. Second equation is a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Okay. I am putting all generic equations only to make you understand every time that I am putting the generic equations, so that you are able to understand the linearity equation general format. Okay. Now since these two are parallel, they are not meeting each other. They are not meeting each other. Therefore, what is that we will have now? The solutions are not there. The solutions for not the equations are not there. That means they are not intersecting each other. Okay, so that means no solution. No solution. So parallel, see I have written here, parallel means no solution. Intersection, unique solution. Okay. Now the third one, if the two lines are collinear or coinciding each other, okay, collinear or coinciding each other, this is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. In such a scenario, we have infinite number of solutions. That means there is never ending because they both are in the same collinearity. They will have enough number of solutions. Okay, so therefore we have infinite solutions. Okay, so please you have to understand this. Conditions with the graph here I have made in an Excel sheet, very small format. Always you can remember. If it is intersecting, unique. If no solution, parallel. Okay. If they are collinear, infinite solutions. Note down these three. Your life is done with the solutions. Now we are coming to the mathematical solutions as to how it will occur because of the problem. Now when I have this, basically what is the condition that is built here is in unique solution is, since we said two equations, a1x plus b1y plus c1 is 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Okay, so since there are two equations with one unique solution, what we will have is basically, okay, yes, somebody is asking some question. Okay, the ratio of the coefficients of the variable, I will tell once more slowly, the ratio of the coefficients of the variables. Okay, if I take those variables, a1, a2, then b1, b2 ratio, b1 by b2, c1 by c2. Okay. Yeah. See, observe carefully. In the tabular column, you have to fill it up. That's all. The entire chapter of the linear equations, that means pair of linear equations will be over. Okay. Now, when such a condition, unique solution, what is that we will have now? What is that? Yes, please, sir. That means a1 by a2 will not be equal to b1 by b2, will not be equal to c1 by c2. Never it will be equal. Never it will be equal. See here, the slantness of this and this is different. Did I not say that slant? Slant is what? Gradient. Gradient is what? The inclination. Okay, I have used all synonyms of English. Okay, gradient, slant, inclination, which we call it as m. Therefore, m of this equation and m of this equation are different, but they are actually coinciding at one place. Therefore, the Vata, Kannadalli Vata and Heltiolapa, slope Vata. Okay, so the ratios of these two equations will, the coefficients of the variables will never be equal. Okay, now when you have no solution there, that means if they are parallel, then my a1 by a2, okay, will be equal to b1 by b2. Got it? Okay, will be equal to c1 by c2. Will be equal to c1 by c2. So this is how it goes. Because they are parallel to each other, the ratios of the coefficients, okay, will be always equal. Now come back to infinite solutions. When I have infinite solutions, a1 by a2, okay, will be equal to b1 by b2, but
online class.
Here, here it is not equal to c1 by c2. In parallel connection, it is not equal to c2. Here, in infinite solutions, it will be c1 by c2. I hope you have understood. So please take the, do understand the tabular column. Okay. So what did I say here? For unique solution, A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2 not equal to C1 by C2. Here, when you have no solution, okay, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, which I call it as a parallelity, okay, is not equal to C1 by C2. Here in our infinite solutions, okay, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2 because they are coincident, they are collinear. You understood now? Okay. Now coming back to our problem. Shall we go to the problem which I gave it to you? Okay. Hope this is very clear. Okay. Remember this. Put this Xerox in your mind. You are through. Oh yeah.
Sir.
Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Ask me.
Please say multiple choice questions, sir.
Yeah, that is what I am doing now. I
Please
have
say
not written
multiple
A, B,
choice
C, D.
questions, sir.
That is what. This is a multiple choice question. What I have given. I have not given the options. Straight away I gave the question only. No options were given. Okay. Why wasting time of giving A, B, C, D and all? Understood? Okay. Now this is basically a 1 mark multiple choice question. They may ask to solve with these steps in 2 mark questions. The same kind of concept. Okay. Now coming back here, our question was all about 3a plus 4b is equal to k. And the next equation is 9a plus 12b will be equal to whatever, 6. Okay. So this is the equation given, and then the other data given is infinite solutions. So find k. And somebody was asking, yeah, options. Okay. Options given were 2, minus 3, 2. Okay. Options given were minus 2, 3 and minus 3 and 2. Okay. Minus 3 and plus 2. Out of this, which one is the correct? A, B, C, D. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Okay. So this is the multiple choice question. In fact, if they are asking the steps, then in that case, it is 2 marks. With the scheme of marks where the steps will carry the marks, half of marks for the steps. Okay. Now, okay, Harsha. Okay. Harsha is asking something. That's okay. Now, what we had, the tabular column, infinite solutions. For infinite solutions, what is that we had? We had the equation a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So if it is infinite solutions, naturally they both are in the same line. Okay, a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, as well as a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. They both lie in the same line. Therefore, the ratio we have found there, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. Now comparing these two, okay, with this equation, what are the coefficients? Therefore, the coefficients in the problem are a1 is 3, I am putting semicolon, okay, b1 is 4, semicolon, c1 is k. In fact, this k can be brought this side, okay, can be brought this side. So 3a plus 4b minus k is equal to 0. And similarly, 9a plus 12b minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay. Therefore, your C1 here is minus 1 or minus k, sorry, because there is no variable. Straight away you have to take the entire value. Value has to be taken. Okay. Now here A2. What is A2 here? 9. What is B2 there? 12. What is C2 there? Minus 6. Your problem is over. How? You are actually taking the coefficient. So shall we take here itself? Is that okay with me or with you? Is that okay with you? Shall I? Okay. So you are dividing the ratio we wanted. Okay. Yes. So therefore, this A1 by A2 will become 1 by 3. Now, B1 by B2 will become 4 by 12, 1 by 3. 4 ones are, 4 threes are. Now, C1 by C2, we don't know. Minus K by minus 6, which is actually, I can cancel minus and minus. That will become plus K by 6. But what is the condition we have? I will put the condition here. If the board is visible that side, or if it is visible this side, I'll use this this side board. Okay. Now what is the condition we had? A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. Substitute everything, please. 1 by 3 will be equal to 1 by 3 will be equal to K by 6. Our problem is done. Compare here. Compare both. Okay. Use one of these equations because they both are equal. Use one of them. That means my 1 by 3 will be equal to K by 6. Therefore, cross multiply. When you cross multiply here, friends, 6 will be equal to 3K. 6 will be cross multiply. 6 into 1 is 6. 3 into K is 3K. Therefore, my K will be equal to 6 by 3. Where my answer is 2. Okay. Therefore, you substitute here minus 2 by minus 6. Minus and minus gets cancelled. So it will be 1 by 3. So everywhere 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3 will give infinite number of solutions of the straight line. It will go like this. Understood? This is what is the usefulness of the graph also. Okay. Some students will in fact plot the graph also where they get the, because they wanted to show that they have understood the problem very properly. Okay. So that anyways I will teach you when the next problem comes. That's okay. Okay. So plotting the graph also may be one of the important thing that they will ask. Okay. Now we are moving to the second question because we are interested now in the model paper. Yes. I hope you have taken down. As I write, you have to take and understand and then try to
Yes, sir.
raise the questions wherever possible, wherever you have doubt. Okay, we will take the other question now. Yes, they have asked one question. Distance between, very easy question. Okay, P 2, 3 and very simple question. Q 4, 1 is the question that they have asked. Okay. So when I say this is basically, okay, these are the coordinates that they have given. Now whenever the coordinates are given, please always remember this is the X value and this is the Y value. X value and Y value. So we call this as coordinates. Together the coordinates are made up of abscissa and X is called abscissa, Y is called ordinate. Combination of abscissa and ordinate, okay, is actually called, the combination is called as coordinates. Now, friends, I will draw the graph now. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. Okay. Any given time, most of my students, since it is a multiple choice question, they will not do that. If it is a 2-mark question, they will definitely write the graph, even though it is not asked. So therefore, please represent this in the graph mode. So what is that I have? The X value what I have maximum is 4. Therefore, you can approximately put, or you can take the scale and then put 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 units. Whether it is centimeter, millimeter, kilometer or whatever. We are not. Okay. So we have put the unit. Now, what is that? The y-axis maximum 3. Therefore, and that too positive. Therefore, I don't go to the negative. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Good guys. Great. Now, when I say this, okay, Px is 2, therefore I draw a dotted line here. Now, y, that is ordinate, is 3. I draw dotted line perpendicular to the y-axis. It will get intersected at one place, which I call that as P, which is having the axis on ordinate 2, 3. Now, going to Q 4, 1, okay, x is 4, y is 1, intersection, which we call it as Q 4, 1, join this PQ. So they are asking the distance of PQ. What is distance between the P and Q? So there is a regular formula. See, just since it is sir was saying about the Pythagoras theorem. So here also you need not have to use the coordinates distance formula. Straight away you can find how, because I know the length of this. How much is this? 1 unit and 2 units. Therefore, this is 2 units. Now, you know the length of these units. 2 units. This is 2, this is 2. Therefore, ultimately what you will have is square root of, yes please, square root of 2 square plus 2 square. Okay. So that means how much you will get? Yes please. 8. 2 square is 4, 2 square is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Under the root 8. Okay, if I take under the root 8, it will be actually root of 2 into 4. Okay, taking separately 2 root 2 root 4, which will be root 2 into 2. I always use the parenthesis. You should not get confused. Okay, so this is also called as 2 root 2. That is the answer. Okay, if they are asking in fractions, you can give the fractions, but in the options they have given 2 root 2, please. In the options they have given 2 root 2. Okay, yes. One more disconnection, as the Zoom limit is 40 minutes per meeting. Okay, they are saying that. Okay, so 2 problems, very important. This gets converted to 2 mark question also. This may be objective that you may have to solve, and within no time you can solve. Or if they are asking as a 2 mark question, you may have to show it as the simplification. Okay, with the proper steps. Scheme of marks will be there, where they will try to understand how you have arrived. So here I have told one method of solving this. Otherwise you can do the distance formula. What is the distance formula here, please? So distance formula. A distance formula is all about under the root. What we have done is x2 minus x1. That is what I am doing. x2 minus x1 whole square. We did not 2 square. How did 2 occur? x2 minus x1. x2 minus x1, which we got it as 2. Okay, plus this plus. Okay. Now, how did we get 2 here again? That means y2 minus y1. Who is y2 here? Yeah. Who is y2 here? From this place to this place is y2. Now, from this place to this place is y1. So the distance in between is this y2 minus y1 deducted, you will get 2 here. Same thing is represented in the formula pattern. Substitute your values, coordinates. When I substitute the coordinates here, I am going on top because space, 4 space, na? So please bear with us. Now, x2 is 4 and x1 is 2 plus. Here y2 is 3, y1 is 1. That's all. 4 minus 2 is 2 square. 3 minus 1 is 2 square. We have got already the solution 2 root 2. Friends, do understand this is the kind of thing that you have to resolve. Okay, so your life will be very easy. You have to understand the basic concepts of this particular linearity. If I am asked to draw the previous linear equations, etc., always graphs are very important. That will be very useful for your physics also. Okay, now till we get disconnected for the next session, I will take you to the third problem now. Important. If at all if you wanted, ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ.
Sir, ಇನ್ನು 8 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇದೆ. Please go ahead. 8 minutes are there.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Okay.
very nice. Very nice. Okay. Now, friends, we will go to one of the arithmetic progression mode. Okay. Now, I would like to take you to the mode of understanding arithmetic progression. Probably some maybe 2000 na, yeah, maybe 150 200 years ago, okay, in maybe France or whatever, okay, the teacher, 5th standard teacher entered. This happened, actually happened, this is not a story, please. Okay, 5th standard teacher, okay, entered the classroom. Maths teacher entered the classroom. Then she asked to the guys one question. Okay, she placed the question. She asked, add up 1 to 100. Okay, 1 to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 100. Okay, and tell the sum of the numbers from 1 to 100 is what she placed. Okay, young children, 5th standard children, how you are expecting them to solve? ಚತುಸ್ಸಾಗರ ಪರ್ಯಂತ. Okay, yes. ಇಲ್ಲ sir. So it so happened that after 2 minutes, I am saying very seriously, which is confirmed. Okay, after 2 minutes, one child, okay, one student, one boy raised the hand, madam, I have solved. She was very surprised. She asked, yeah, show me the problem. Okay, he said, can I come and solve on the board? Yes, that child was allowed to come to the board and solve. What did that child do? He just wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, ... Okay, maybe, okay, 48, 49, 50. Just to explain, he did this. Okay, what he had written in the notebook, he showed on the board. Now, what did he do there? Next, because 1 to 100, na? So up to 50 it is here. So he wrote 51, 52, 53, went on like this. Okay, now ultimately it was 97, 98, 99, 100. He ended up. Okay, then what did he do? He added this 100 plus 1. Children, see the board. 101. 99 plus 2. 101. 98 plus 3. 101. Because it was to be added, na? So either you add this way or this way, one and the same. There is no difference. Okay? Okay. Now this is 101 plus 101 plus 101 plus 101. Okay. Now, how many 101s are there? 50. Because 1 to 50, na? 1 to 50. 50 numbers of 101 are there. He multiplied this. Ultimately, the answer was 5050. Friends, he showed this to madam. Madam was taken aback. She was very surprised. She was so happy about this guy. This person was nothing but a God, who is a scientist. Gauss is a scientist, okay, who found out the electrical flux. Gauss theorem, okay, Gauss, yes, okay, physics, Gauss theorem is the flux, okay, so his name was put for that particular theorem. Anyway, so he solved this. Now, this is basically an arithmetic progression. This is basically exactly. So, my sir is telling, saying about the Srinivas Ramanujam, where he had the same phenomena in the mind. So there were stalwarts where we have to. So the things are very simple. It is only we have to think out of the box. Okay. Now coming back to the solutions here. Okay. Of the later on, this formula Later on, this formula n into n plus 1 by 2 was found out for the natural numbers addition. Natural numbers addition n into n plus 1 by 2. Okay, now the problem is this. Okay, the 10th term of arithmetic progression, I will not take, I'll take only 1 minute now to solve this. Okay, 2, 7, 12 is what is given. 10th term is what we have to find. Okay, so to find this 10th term of the series, what we normally will do, we will take the data as the beginning digit as a, and we find the difference. Okay, so when I say the difference, if the series is considered as A1, A2, A3, it is generally A2 minus A1 difference will always be equal to A3 minus A2. So what is A2? 7. What is A1? 2. Will be equal to A3 12, A2 7, which is 5. Therefore, A is 2, D is 5. Okay. Now, what is that we have to find? N. That is 10. Okay. So put the data. We have to find the nth term 10. So we have a standard formula which you have been told about. Okay. So my nth term. Okay. Okay. A nth term will be equal to. You can name it as A10. Okay. N plus A minus 1 into D. Okay, A plus n minus 1 into, write down the formula please, A plus n minus 1 into D. Take down the formula, A plus n minus 1 into D. That's all, very simple. So A is the beginning, alphabet, okay, numeral value, and n is what we have to find is 10th one. So 10 minus 1, the preceding, into the difference 5, we already obtained by deducting the present value and then the previous value, and again succeeding value and the present value, which will be equal in arithmetic progression. Therefore, this becomes 2 plus 10 minus 1 is 9, okay, into 5. I always use parenthesis. I don't use multiplication dot and all. Never I do that. Okay, 9 5s are 45 plus 2. So the number, 10th number will definitely be 47. Is what is the answer that you have to mark. This is again, maybe they may give in the format of the multiple choice question, or this is a 2-mark question. Okay. Yes. In and out please. Yes please. You can unmute and then come back to the question mode. 3 questions I have solved for MCQs or the 2-mark questions. Any questions?
Sir, with
Anything you have to ask?
probably it may cut. It is come to less than 1 minute. Please be on the waiting room. So I will disconnect and connect.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So